They said our worlds would never collide, that someone like me could never belong with someone like him. But what happened next changed everything. Abby's voice trembled as she recalled the night that would rewrite her life. From the cold streets of Portland to the sparkling lights of high society, her journey was anything but ordinary. When billionaire Luke Harris offered her a simple date, neither of them knew it would lead to a love that defied expectations and broke down every barrier. This is a story of courage, trust, and transformation, proof that sometimes the most unlikely encounters can lead to the most extraordinary beginnings. Watch closely as we unfold their journey, filled with surprises, challenges, and moments that will touch your heart deeply. Stay with us until the end. You won't want to miss how this incredible story concludes. The cool evening breeze swept through Portland's downtown streets as Luke Harris stepped out of his towering office building. A man in his late 30s, Luke carried the kind of presence that commanded attention, a billionaire investor known for his sharp instincts and polished public image. Tonight, however, he felt restless. His recent breakup with a high-profile actress had been splashed across the tabloids, and the annual charity gala was just hours away. Everyone would be watching, waiting to see who he would bring as a companion. But Luke wasn't looking for just anyone. As he scanned the crowded city sidewalk near the bus station, his eyes locked onto a figure tucked away in the shadows. Wrapped in a threadbare coat with tangled hair partially covering her face, she looked like someone the world had forgotten. Most people hurried past without a glance, but Luke saw something different. There was a quiet strength in the way she held herself, a resilience that no amount of hardship could erase. Curiosity and something deeper pulled him toward her. "Excuse me," Luke said, his voice calm but firm. She startled, eyes wary, guarded like a wild animal cornered. He held up his hands slightly, signaling peace. "I have an unusual proposition for you." Her brows furrowed. "What kind of proposition?" she asked cautiously. "I need a date for a formal gala tonight," he explained. "Someone to accompany me, and I'm willing to pay $5,000 for just a few hours of your time." Her eyes widened in disbelief. "You want me? A stranger off the street?" Luke met her gaze steadily. "You seem intriguing. I think it could make for an interesting evening." "Are you interested?" Abby Turner hesitated, gripping the edges of her worn coat tighter, as if to hold herself together. The world had taught her to be cautious, to expect the worst. Yet here was a man offering something she had almost stopped hoping for a chance. After a tense silence, she nodded slowly. "All right, I'll do it." That night, Abby found herself whisked away from the cold streets into a world she barely recognized. Luke's sleek black car glided through the city as she took in unfamiliar sights, polished leather seats, glossy chrome accents, and the kind of luxury she'd only ever dreamed of. Their first stop was a boutique in Portland's Pearl District, known for its chic independent stores. A team of stylists greeted Abby warmly, ready to transform her from someone invisible to someone unforgettable. As they worked, Abby watched in the mirror as years of struggle melted away beneath expert hands. The emerald green gown they fitted her in hugged her frame elegantly, making her look both powerful and ethereal. When she stepped out, Luke's breath caught. "You look stunning." A faint smile crept onto Abby's lips, but nerves still fluttered beneath. "Let's get this over with," she muttered, though there was a hint of softness in her voice now. At the gala, chandeliers sparkled overhead, casting a warm glow on the glittering crowd. Classical music floated through the air as elegantly dressed guests mingled and whispered. Luke kept a steady hand on Abby's back, a silent anchor amid the sea of curious eyes. Abby clung to his arm, anxiety threatening to overwhelm her. "Let them stare," Luke whispered. "Just be yourself." And something remarkable happened. Despite the flashing cameras and judgmental glances, Abby's authenticity shone through. She spoke with candor and sharp wit, cutting through the rehearsed politeness with refreshing honesty. Her perspective, untainted by wealth or privilege, intrigued the guests, even surprising Luke. During a conversation with a glamorous couple, Abby's voice took on quiet conviction. People often forget that strength comes from struggle. Those who've been through the hardest times often have the deepest resilience. The couple exchanged surprised looks. Luke found himself smiling, admiration blooming within him. For the first time, he wasn't looking at a pretty face or a status symbol. He was looking at a real person, someone who saw the world with clear eyes. Later, as they moved through the crowd, an old college friend of Luke's, Mark Reynolds, approached. His eyes flicked between Luke and Abby with unmistakable curiosity. "I didn't know you had a date," Mark said, voice laced with surprise. Luke instinctively took Abby's hand, his protectiveness rising. "We're close," he replied firmly. Mark raised an eyebrow, but Luke didn't wait for him to press further. Instead, he led Abby to a quieter corner of the ballroom. "Sometimes," Luke said quietly, "people need to be reminded that life isn't just about appearances or expectations." Abby looked up at him, heart pounding. "I realized tonight," Luke continued, "that I want more from life, more than just success and public image. I want you to be part of that." Her breath caught. "Me, I'm just someone from the streets." Luke smiled, warmth filling his eyes. "You've changed how I see the world. You've opened my eyes to something real. That's why I want you." Before Abby could answer, Luke reached into his pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. The room seemed to hold its breath as he sank to one knee. "Abby, I know this is sudden, but I've never been more certain. Will you marry me?" Tears welled in Abby's eyes as she looked into Luke's sincere gaze. I don't know what to say," she whispered. "Say yes," Luke urged gently. "Give me a chance to show you I can be the man you deserve." A tear slipped down her cheek as she nodded. "Yes," she breathed. Applause erupted as Luke stood and pulled Abby into his arms. In that moment, she felt something she hadn't felt in years: security, warmth, belonging. Luke looked down at her, heart full. He knew he had found the missing piece of his life, someone real, someone who would challenge and stand by him no matter what. Their journey was just beginning, and neither knew where it would lead, but for the first time they were ready to face it together. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the interruption, but we hope you will help us improve our content in the future. What would you do if you were Abby, suddenly thrust into a world so different from your own? Would you take the chance or walk away? Have you ever been surprised by someone's kindness when you least expected it? Share your thoughts below. Where are you watching from? If this story touched your heart, comment 100, and please share this video with someone who needs a little hope today. The days following the gala were a whirlwind Luke and Abby never anticipated. The champagne toasts and applause faded, but the real test was only beginning. As Abby stepped deeper into Luke's world, a place where every smile had an agenda and every word was measured, she quickly realized that wealth and power came with a heavy price. Luke's penthouse overlooking the city glittered with opulence, yet the air was thick with tension. Friends and colleagues whispered behind polite smiles, their curiosity veiled thinly as they eyed Abby with a mixture of skepticism and surprise. To them, she was an outsider, an enigma that didn't quite fit the mold. Luke noticed their glances but chose to stand firm, clutching Abby's hand like a lifeline. One evening, as they prepared for another high-profile event, a message arrived that sent a chill down Luke's spine. An anonymous source had leaked photos of Abby's past images of her sleeping rough on cold city streets, the very world Luke had tried to shield her from. The tabloids exploded overnight. Headlines screamed about the billionaire's date from the gutter, and social media lit up with cruel jokes and snide comments. Abby's phone buzzed relentlessly with hateful messages and cold stares wherever she went. The glamorous gowns and sparkling lights suddenly felt suffocating like a cage. She questioned herself, was she strong enough to endure this scrutiny? Could love really bridge the gap between her past and Luke's world? Luke refused to back down. At a press conference, he faced the barrage of questions with unwavering resolve. "Abby's past doesn't define who she is," he said firmly, eyes blazing with conviction. "She is one of the strongest people I know, and I am proud to stand by her." The crowd murmured, some nodding in support, others sneering. But Luke's words sent a clear message: no judgment, only acceptance. Behind closed doors, the pressure weighed heavily on them. Late one night, Abby broke down, the hurt she'd held back spilling over. "I'm not sure I belong here," she whispered, voice trembling. "I'm scared I'll lose myself trying to fit in." Luke pulled her close. "You belong because you're real. This world could use more people like you." Their bond deepened, but the challenges only grew. A business rival of Luke's seized the moment to exploit Abby's past, attempting to drive a wedge between them. Lies and manipulation followed, testing Luke's trust and Abby's resilience. When Luke confronted the rival, his fury was palpable. "You want to tear down what we built? Think again." Abby found strength she didn't know she had. She spoke at charity events, sharing her story of hardship and hope. Her honesty captivated crowds, turning skepticism into admiration. Slowly, the public's perception shifted from scandal to inspiration. One evening, Luke surprised Abby with a quiet dinner at their favorite spot overlooking the river. The city lights shimmered, mirroring the tears glistening in Abby's eyes. "I'm sorry for everything you've had to endure," Luke said softly. "But I want you to know, no matter what comes next, I'm with you. We're in this together." Abby smiled through her tears. "I never imagined I'd have someone believe in me like you do." Luke took her hand, a silent promise passing between them. Their love had become a force defying odds and breaking barriers. As they walked home, the world outside was no longer a cage but a stage waiting for their story to unfold. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the interruption, but we hope you will help us improve our content in the future. Have you ever faced judgment for your past? How did you overcome it? Would you stand by someone through public scrutiny like Luke did? Share your thoughts below. Where are you watching from? If this story inspires you, comment 100 and share it with someone who needs hope today. Months passed and life for Luke and Abby began to settle into a new rhythm, one built on love, trust, and shared dreams. The public's harsh whispers had quieted, replaced by admiration for Abby's courage and Luke's unwavering support. Together they had weathered storms that might have broken others, and their bond grew stronger with each passing day. Abby, once invisible to the world, had found her voice. She launched a nonprofit to help homeless women and those struggling with addiction, the very community she once belonged to. Her story became a beacon of hope, inspiring countless others to believe that their past did not define their future. Luke watched her with pride and awe. The woman he had met in a shadowed corner, unsure and hesitant, had blossomed into a confident leader, a symbol of resilience. Their love had transcended social divides and expectations, proving that connection and compassion could bridge any gap. On a crisp autumn evening, surrounded by friends and family gathered in a cozy garden bathed in fairy lights, Luke took Abby's hand. The same velvet box that had started their journey glimmered softly in his palm. "I promised you a future," he said, voice full of emotion. "A future where you are loved for exactly who you are. Will you marry me, Abby? Not just for the world to see, but because I want to spend every day by your side." Tears streamed down Abby's face as she nodded, overwhelmed by joy and gratitude. The crowd erupted in cheers, and in that moment, every trial they had faced faded away, replaced by the warmth of new beginnings. Their wedding was a celebration not of wealth or status, but of the human spirit's power to heal, forgive, and transform. Abby walked down the aisle barefoot, radiant in a simple dress that reflected her authenticity. Luke waited for her with a smile that spoke of deep love and respect. Together they vowed to build a life grounded in honesty and kindness, two souls bound not by circumstance, but by choice. Their story was a testament to the idea that no matter where you start, the courage to embrace change and the willingness to see beyond appearances can lead to a life filled with hope, love, and purpose. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the interruption, but we hope you will help us improve our content in the future. How did this story make you feel? What parts resonated most with you? Do you believe love can truly overcome societal barriers? Let us know in the comments below. If this story touched your heart, please comment 100 and share where you're watching from. Don't forget to share this video with friends and family who might need a little inspiration today. As Abby and Luke stood together on their wedding day, surrounded by friends, family, and supporters from all walks of life, the air was thick with celebration and hope. The journey that had brought them here was anything but simple, a path marked by hardship, courage, and unwavering faith in each other. Abby looked radiant, her bare feet touching the soft grass, a symbol of the humble beginnings she refused to forget. Luke's eyes never left her, shining with pride and love. This was more than a union of two people. It was a testament to the power of compassion and second chances. After the ceremony, Abby shared her story with those gathered, reminding everyone that no matter the past, everyone deserves dignity and opportunity. Her nonprofit, born from her own struggles, had already changed countless lives, and now with Luke's support, it would grow even stronger. Luke too spoke from the heart, confessing how Abby had transformed his life, not by fitting into his world, but by inviting him into hers. Their love had taught him to see beyond wealth and status, to value authenticity above all. Together they vowed to continue breaking down barriers and uplifting those often forgotten. Their story was not just about a fairy tale romance, but about real people choosing kindness and hope over judgment and fear. As the sun set, they danced under the stars, two souls united, ready to face whatever the future held side by side. What did you think of Abby and Luke's story? Does it inspire you to believe in love beyond boundaries? Share your feelings in the comments below. And if this story moved you, please comment 100 and tell us where you're watching from. Don't forget to share this video with someone who could use a little hope today.